2024 is upon us. After approximately a year and a half, the lunar nodes have officially moved, with Ketu, the lower lunar node, now in Virgo, and Rahu, the upper lunar node, in the sign of Pisces. The world is settling into the new energy of the Chayagrahas, the shadowy planets of Vedic astrology, who enact the karmas for every being in the Bhuloka. Many of us experienced final or cutting events in our lives as Ketu passed the threshold of Libra into Virgo. And with Ketu now in the Mercury ruled sign of service, health, healing, acute diseases, sudden accidents and deaths, some information related to health decisions we made in the past will arise. With Rahu currently in Revati Nakshatra ruled by Mercury, and Saturn now moving direct in Shatabhishak Nakshatra over in Aquarius ruled by Rahu, we can expect to see themes around interdimensional travel, extraterrestrials, futuristic healing mechanisms, and also spying and cyber warfare coming to the forefront. As well, Rahu in the erratic Gandanta zone of Pisces can generate turbulent storms and extreme water-related events. And this potential will be magnified by the planet Varuna, Neptune, also in Pisces, causing upheavals for travel in oceans and seas. So we may see ships and ocean vessels if affected by unexpected cyclones or tsunamis, or even deceptive human-caused incidents associated with water. Now, the great news is December begins with Venus feeling very comfortable in his home, his Mula Trikona sign of Libra, Tula Rashi. The two gurus, Venus and Jupiter, are aspecting each other this month, bringing enhanced goodness and philosophical diplomacy to the world. Venus wants to mend our relationships, resolve our health issues, and have us enjoy the beautiful things in life. And with Sweta, Uranus, and Jupiter in Aries, sudden transformation in partnerships, love, health, and wealth can occur. And the two gurus have different approaches and outlooks on life, but their combined support will help us effortlessly manage any perceived challenges we may currently have. Now, as predicted by the grahas, the planets, in my last drop for the second half of November, news emerged about an illness affecting children that's overwhelming hospitals in China. And since that news first dropped, it's now being discussed in other parts of the world as well. Also, while Ireland went up in flames over immigration tensions, Argentina elected a new wildcard libertarian president who's very controversial. Israel and Hamas reached an agreement about a temporary ceasefire and the release of hostages, which is good, while the CTIL, Cyber Threat Intelligence League, which I've never heard of, CTIL files dropped over on X, revealing to U.S. citizens constitutional First Amendment violations that apparently make the Facebook and Twitter files appear trivial. UK's mainstream news outlet, the Daily Mail, released an expose on the CIA's Secret Office of Global Access, also never heard of that, the OGA, maintaining that JSOC, the Joint Special Operations Command, has conducted retrieval missions on at least 9 extraterrestrial crash sites around the world, at least 9. So while crickets are heard from the majority of the establishment media, some U.S. Congress members do not want the world to be privy to information on the craft of unknown or non-human origin detailed by multiple highly credible intelligence sources. It seems many of us are not ready to embrace what is beyond what we know as Earth. Anyway, today, the moon and Saturn are directly gazing at each other. It is December 3rd, and moon is in Ketu's nakshatra Magha, related to ancestors, while Saturn sits in Rahu's nakshatra Shravishak, related to the future and life beyond this realm. And this interaction has us introspecting our past, our heritage, what we souls have collectively agreed upon up until now, and how we want to heal things for the future. Shravishak Nakshatra is represented by an empty circle, and its Shakti, or its innate power, is Veshaja Shakti, which is the power to heal and support. So with Moon in Leo today, we're thinking about our children and their future on planet Earth, while Saturn in Aquarius has us wanting a world that is free of calamity. So tomorrow, December 4th or 5th, depending on what area of the planet you reside, is a sacred holiday for Shaivite Hindus and Vajrayana Buddhists called Kalabhairava Jayanti, celebrating the Lord of Time, the divine, who creates life, sustains life, and dissolves life, and everything in the cosmos. Then December 6th, as Moon visits Ketu in Virgo, we will be ruminating about the past and how we can now be in service to others. On December 7th, Mars will cross over the brightest star in the constellation of Scorpius at 15 degrees, 55 minutes of Scorpio, which is the Yogatara, the very powerful star located in Anuradha Nakshatra, called, the star in Western astrology is called Antares, the star of war. And this day is also the first of Judaism's 8-day festival, Hanukkah. Mars will be hitting the Yoga Tada degree on this day and will trigger profound hidden resentments, which will be played out as Mars continues to move into the nakshatra Jeshta in the eruptive Gandanta degrees of the Scorpio zodiac. However, we have a lovely ray of light on the 8th when the moon moves into Libra with Venus and gazing at Jupiter across the way in Aries, beautifully connecting the three benefic planets. So this day will have us feeling, this day, the 8th, will have us feeling optimistic. We want to celebrate the beauty of being human and all auspicious things of life. And at the same time, there will be a deep undercurrent weighing on the collective consciousness, because the next day, December 9th, Mars will move into Jeshta Nakshatra with the Sun, motivating collaborative responsibility, but also arousing vengeance, because Jeshta is a nakshatra about responsibility, but it also carries themes around enviousness, envy, and jealousy, and vengeance. So there will be some of us who want to take accountability for the state of the world, while others will want to take revenge. So this is a day we really need to ask ourselves, what is the best for the future of humanity? Responsibility or vengeance? And I think if you're watching this video, you probably know the answer to that, although I cannot speak for you. However, 3 days later, on the 12th, there will be a new moon in Jeshta Nakshatra, in the same nakshatra, at 26 degrees, 28 minutes of Scorpio, happening directly in the volatile degrees at the border of murky, watery Scorpio and kinetic, fiery Sagittarius. With Mars close by this new moon at 19 degrees of Scorpio, there are issues around power at play. So we may feel a loss of emotional control during this dark moon. Okay? Some dark emotions or deep hidden feelings may come out. Scorpio is all about transformations, though. That includes endings and even the most profound metamorphosis, death. But at this new moon, seeds will be planted, seeds of regeneration will be planted, as action-oriented Mars will be focused and determined to complete his mission of further transforming the mass consciousness before moving on to Sagittarius. With Ketu visiting Mars's nakshatra Chitra in Virgo, and Rahu in Mercury's nakshatra Revati in Pisces, somewhere in the world we could see a calculated poisoning enacted by enemies and gain insight into the use of bioweaponry. But do not fear. The next day, December 13th, Mercury goes retrograde in the nakshatra of Truth, Purva Ashadha, in the sign of Justice, Sagittarius. The truth is coming, and it cannot be stopped. We will get answers about health-related issues. We must be fearless. Just as the Abhaya Buddha represents fearlessness, if you've ever seen the Abhaya Buddha, he also epitomizes peace. So we can be like the Abhaya Buddha, who's characterized by the mudra, or the hand gesture, in which his right hand is raised with the palm facing outward, fingers extended upwards, and the arm positioned at shoulder height, symbolizing fearlessness, protection, and the dispelling of fear. While the left hand has fingers extended downwards, palm facing outward, with the forearm positioned at waist height, symbolizing inner peace and tranquility. So let us be, it's like this position. Let us all become like a bodhisattva, one who seeks awakening, the Abhaya Buddha, one who seeks awakening for all jivas, all souls, and embody fearlessness and peace as we play out this dream in the Maya Matrix. So I'm wishing you a great next 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks of December. May you have fearlessness and peace. And as always, may you have the highest and most expansive expression of your human birth. I would love, it really helps me again, if you subscribe to my page. Please press the notifications button. Please like this video if you made it all the way through to the end. And if you'd like to receive my updates or any interesting things that I may be dropping, you can go to my Buy Me a Coffee page. I'd love to gift that to you. And also you could go to my website if you're interested in a reading, KalashaLaVedicAstrology.com. And that's it. Namaskaram and aloha.